Hello everybody, welcome to our channel, Can AI Do It? And today we are gonna build an AI agent that can answer messages on our behalf. The first thing that I'm gonna be showing you is the tools that we need to make this happen. In our case, we are going to need a Meta developer account, a Facebook business profile, N8N account, and OpenAI. The first thing I recommend you to do is log in on your personal Facebook account, okay? So you make sure that you log in on it and leave it open. Then you open a new tab and you go to developers.facebook.com. So probably you will be in this land page here. So once you create your account with them, click on My Apps, then create an app, then give it a name. Now scroll down all the way to the bottom and click on Other, Business. Make sure that the information here is correct and click on Create App. Now under WhatsApp, click on Setup. You will need to choose a business profile here. In this case, if you don't have a business portfolio yet, you go to business.facebook.com and then under this drop-down menu here, you click on Create Business Portfolio. Once your business account is created, you come back to here, select it, and click on Continue. Now, all that you need to do is either click on Starting using the API or click here on API Setup. On this screen, you leave this from as this test number. This is a number that WhatsApp will provide for you to test it. And in the To field, make sure that you fill with your phone number. Now, all that you need to do is click here on Generate Access Token. I will leave this as opt-in to all current and future WhatsApp accounts. Save it. Now, the final thing you need to do is just click on Send a Message and you should receive a message on your WhatsApp number saying that things are working. Okay, now as you can see, Facebook sent me a message saying that this number is connected, so things should be working, and now we can finally start building our WhatsApp AI agent. Back on N8N, let's add a node and let's select WhatsApp Business Cloud. Then on triggers, we are gonna choose on message, and here we are gonna have to set up our credential. I will come here to create new credential. Then you need a client ID and a client secret. So let's go back to developers.facebook.com and then under app settings, click on basic. Now make sure you copy your app ID and paste in here, and also make sure that you click here on Show App Secret, copy it and paste here. Once you do that and you click on Save, you're gonna receive a message saying that the credential was successfully created. So now that this trigger has been set up and our credentials have been connected to it, we can actually test to see if it's working. To do so, all that you need to do is click on Execute Workflow. Then you can go to your WhatsApp and send a message to that number from Facebook. So in my case, I'm going to send a message saying hello. Now, once we go back to N8N, you can see that the trigger is green, meaning that the action was executed successfully. The next step now is to add our AI agent. So just click on the plus sign, look for the AI agent. Make sure that in the source for prompt, you use define below, and then the prompt is gonna be the message that we received. Under the message field, just come to body, which is the message, and then drag it on here. So basically we are telling our AI agent that based on the message that it receives, it will do something. So how we tell our AI agent what to do? In this case, you need to come here to add option, system message, and this is where you're gonna define what your AI agent needs to do. In my case, I'm gonna tell it that you are a helpful assistant named Mia. So basically I'm telling my agent here that it is a helpful assistant named Mia. Please respond to the incoming messages in a polite and friendly way. And I want to personalize this message a little bit. So I want to let the agent know who the person that they are speaking to is, so that they can call that person by their name. And I also will tell the time and the date of that conversation. In this case, I'm gonna type here, you are talking to, and then what we can do is under contacts, you come here to name and drag that variable, okay? And now you can also say today is then you use the curly brackets twice and select now, type on dot and choose this format. Okay, if you want to know exactly how this look, click on here and then you can know exactly how that message would look. You are a helpful assistant named Mia. Please respond to the incoming message in a polite and friendly way. You are talking to, this is the contact name, and this is today's date. Now we can close this, and the next step we need to do is to add a brain to our agent. So far we have told it you're going to be receiving these messages and you need to answer in a certain way. But how the agent will do it? That's when the agent needs to have at least a brain to do something like that. And what is the brain of the agent? It's a large language model. In this case, you click here on the plus under chat model, and we are going to be using the OpenAI chat model. Just a heads up, this has nothing to do with your normal OpenAI account, the one that you use to talk to ChatGPT. This is an account that you need to fund to be able to use OpenAI API. So how does that work? First of all, you need to come here to platform.openai.com. Then you create an account with them if you don't have one. And under settings, you go to billing. And in this case, you can add to credit balance. You can add just $5, and with $5, you can go a really long way if you are doing simple things such as sending text message. Once you did that, the next thing you need to do is just make sure that you set up your credentials. In my case, I already did it, but it's very simple. If you haven't done yours yet, all that you need to do is just come here to API keys, then create a new key and make sure that you add in here. Having done that, now we have the trigger, we have our AI agent, and we have the model. Now our next step is to add a memory to our AI agent so it can recall the messages that it received. To do so, just click here on memory, then let's choose simple memory. Let's change the session ID, so just define below. And in our case, I think a good session ID would be the WhatsApp ID, which is basically the person's number, okay? The person that sent us the message. And let's make it remember the last 10 interactions. So just leave it as 10 and back to come. Now the final thing that we need is the WhatsApp node that will send the message back to the person that sent us a message. So this is how it's working so far. We receive a message on WhatsApp. Then we have this AI agent here who will take that message and respond in a polite and friendly way. That's how the agent is meant to perform. And to do so, it uses OpenAI ChatGPT, and it has a memory as well to remember the conversation, at least the last 10 messages. Now we just need a node to take all that information and send back to WhatsApp to the person that messaged us in the first place. To do so, you just need to click here on plus, then you look for WhatsApp Business Cloud again, and in this case, the action is gonna be send a message. The thing is, this is something a little bit weird, but you need another credential from WhatsApp to be able to use this node. So to do so, you need to go back here to developers.facebook.com. Then under WhatsApp, you go back to API setup and you click here on generate access token. Now back on N8N, you click on create new credentials. Then you copy the access token and copy your WhatsApp business ID, put it in here and save. Okay, now we need to set up this WhatsApp node. So in resources, you leave as message, operation, you leave as send. The sender phone number, leave it as the Facebook test, and the recipient and the text body, I want it to be a variable, okay? But as you can see here, it says that we have no input data from the previous node. So what I'm gonna be doing is I will go back to our Canva, and the first thing that you need to check every time that you have no previous data here, so it means, okay, the node that comes before this is not sending us data. And there are a couple of reasons that can make this happen. One of them is as if this node wasn't connected. In this case, it's connected. As you can see, we have this arrow and it's connected here. If it wasn't connected, it would be like this. You can see the plus sign. But if it's connected, you see an arrow. So that's not the case. The other reason is the information is not passing through the node. So what we need to do in this case, let's troubleshoot this together. First thing that I will do is click on execute workflow and let's see what we get. We're getting an error here. So I will go back to my WhatsApp and send another hello message and see how it goes. Okay, so I think I found out the error. So for some reason, this node is creating an error here when we try to execute the workflow. But what do I actually need here is very simple. Once we have our credentials set up, what I need is this AI agent to have some information from the conversation to be able to pass to this node. Because as we can see here, there is no information from the AI agent, which is the previous node. So to fix this, since this is the node that is causing a problem, I will remove this node for now. Then I will click on execute workflow. Then I will go to my WhatsApp and send a message to this workflow. So I sent a hello message to this workflow. And now, as you can see, everything is working properly. So I believe if we come here to add the WhatsApp node again, now as you can see, that WhatsApp node has information. So basically what happened here is we sent a message to our WhatsApp and the AI agent said, hello, how can I help you? Okay, so now we have information to feed our WhatsApp node. Going back to here in our sender phone number, we are gonna leave as the Facebook test number. The recipient is gonna be a variable. So in this case, our recipient is going to be the person who sent the message to us. Okay, so just under message, click on the from and drop here on recipient, and the text body is going to be the message that our AI agent created for us. So you just click on it and leave it like that. Now we can go back to Canva. We save this workflow. By the way, make sure that you save your workflow every time that you create a node successfully, okay? In my case, I didn't do that, but it's a great practice to do. Final, all that you need to do to make sure that this workflow will work without you needing to execute the workflow is just click on inactive, so it will be active. Then you're gonna get this message here. Just click on got it. Now let's test it to see if it works. I apologize for the view, it's a bit messy here because I'm using the WhatsApp on the computer and I don't know how to properly split the screen into two tabs, but you are gonna get the gist, I think. So from our WhatsApp, let's suppose that we sent a hello message to our AI agent, and then as you can see here, our AI agent will respond to us. And from here on, the sky is the limit when it comes to conversation. So this is a simple way of creating a simple WhatsApp AI agent that can be helpful to your business. And how would that be helpful to your business? This is just a simple tutorial, okay? But I'm gonna be creating another video on how to make this AI agent more powerful by adding tools to it. This one was just for you to have an idea of what's possible. And if you'd like to see that video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because you're gonna be aware as soon as I release it. For this video, that's all. Thank you so much for having watched it. I'm leaving a document with the step-by-step, just like I did on the other videos, okay? If you want, you can just download it and follow along. Thank you so much again for having watched. See ya next time. Take care.